Alright, so I'm leaving the movie It. Great movie. Thought it was great. It was suspenseful as all get out. I've got a little bit of a headache from how suspenseful it was, and how tense that I was during those moments. It wasn't anything super scary. In fact, most of the scenes with Pennywise in it weren't scary at all, but the suspense was out of this world. I don't know that I could have handled any more suspense at all, and I'm not even exaggerating that. The kids were absolutely hilarious. The main characters, especially Richie, the snide remarks he would make, the jokes he would make, they were absolutely great and hilarious, which broke up a lot of the tension and the suspension, which I thought was very good and much needed. I mean, it was just a great movie all around. I'd probably give it about a 7.5 out of 10, if that's what I'm going with, because there were some scenes that I just thought, that could have been done better. There were some scenes that should have been scary and necessarily weren't, and I understand that it was hard to make those in that instance. Like, I understand it would have been really hard to do that in a scary way, and so it was almost like they just didn't even try. And that's what I didn't like. I would have liked to see you try and just miss the mark, rather than just kind of be like, we're just not going to try to make this scary because we know it's not going to happen. But yeah, I thought it was great. If I were to have to give out an award for this movie, I probably should have thought this, like what I was going to say, through before I started the review, because I didn't. I forgot about that part, that when Michael does that. So this is like right off the top of my head, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to Bill Skarsgård. He did a great job playing Pennywise. I thought that there was a lot of times in the movie where it looked like his head was just CGI'd onto a body, and that it like wasn't actually like at all him, which it might not have been. I don't know. It might have just been him, and maybe he's just got like a weird body. I don't know. But I thought he did a really good job. The voice that he did was truly intimidating. Just hearing how many different ways he would change his voice through it, and how he would talk, I thought he did a great job of that. Now, if that wasn't actually him, I'm going to have to retract my award, kind of like how USC did, or the NCAA did Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy. I have to go ahead and just pull that back if he didn't actually do all of his own voices. But if he did, he truly deserves my award. I thought he did a fantastic job. Honorable mention would be Richie's character, just for the jokes he made. Constantly had me laughing throughout the whole movie, which was much needed. And but yeah, he's my honorable mention just because those voices were just too good from Bill Skarsgård. But that is who would get the real award if he didn't do his own voices. I'm going to have to pull it back from him. But yeah, so that's my attempt at Michael Tucker's Aw Nuts review, or reviews in a nutshell. I can't actually go look at his channel on YouTube because he does actually good reviews. But for me, that's just my attempt at it because he hasn't seen this movie because his wife doesn't want to see it. Which I respect that. I totally respect that. But yeah, go check out his review. He does reviews that are actually good, not crappy like this one. But yeah, so that's just my little shameless plug for my friend Michael, and that's what I thought of the movie It. Really good. Again, 7.5 out of 10. I highly encourage anybody to see it. It was a movie that suspense was built up, and it was so scary during the movie. Even like there was those funny parts, but it was still scary during the movie. But as soon as the movie ended, it wasn't a linger scare. There was no lingered scaredness or frightening. And I really like that about scary movies. I like movies that aren't going to mess with me mentally to where afterwards I'm still scared. So I did really appreciate that, and I thought it was done very well. And I am very much looking forward to seeing more of this in the future. More It movies, more things like this, or even just more Stephen King films being made in a way similar to this, because I thought this was very good. I didn't read the books, but from what I've described to people who have read the books, and from what I've heard from people who have read the book and seen the movie, it did a great job at making a film adaptation of that. And so yeah, again, Next time I try to do one of these things, I'll think about and write down what I'm going to say beforehand so you don't get 5 minutes of incoherent babbling. But yeah, thanks for sticking around if you actually made it this long.